would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. But when you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Welcome to the home of the Purdue Boilermakers, Ross Age Stadium in West Lafayette, Indiana. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on another team from the Big Ten, the Purdue Boilermakers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Buckeyes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. The returner will field it and bring it back. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Purdue's offense will go on the attack first. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game out. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. That type of pressure on the quarterback, that's vintage Ohio State, right in keeping with the legacy that's been established by the Buckeye D.
Yeah, and you take pride in that. You own that legacy with all those guys you see performing at a high level in the NFL. Man, you see that, you want to go get it, recruiting guys to fit those profiles. That's why Ohio State always has a good defensive line.
Let's talk for just a second about Purdue. The biggest problem for schools at this level is getting enough big bodies, particularly on the offensive line, and getting a 3-star guy like this. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Man, you can't draw it up any better than that. First possession, force a third down. You want to shut the home crowd up, sack the quarterback, create some momentum. Now you're getting the football back to your offense, probably with great field position.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return gets a little bit of ground for the offense. So Ohio State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have 2 guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off a defense. You've got 2.
He'll take a shot. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
I thought we were going to have our first points of the ball game, but great job by the defender playing the football in the air. A lot of times you see them get lost. He didn't get lost. He knew where the ball was, and he swatted it down.
Makes the grab. It's Miller.
I know everyone's yelling like, you didn't get the first down, we need more yards. Think about it. Nice short completion, sets up a third down. And guess what? Nowadays, fourth down, green light. We're going to go for it anyways.
Now facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Cherry. A lot of defenders around on that screen. Absolutely nowhere to go as his defense makes a 3rd down stop. They'd hope to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
Yeah, I love the 3rd down, aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
Oh, he's got some space. And he will be stopped short or stop himself short of the line to gain. What was he thinking there? They'll move the tight end. Looking to throw on 1st down. Throws to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable. seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Running back searching for a hole. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
Looking downfield on first down. Bought a little time, lets it go. Wide open downfield. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7.
Great job by the quarterback thrown against zone coverage. You cannot telegraph where you're throwing the football. You cannot eyeball wide receivers. So great job by the quarterback using his eyes, not staring down his guy, and then throwing him open.
It's complete to the left. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
And this offense shows they will be aggressive. On first and goal, they get the completion. Listen, games come down to executing in the red zone. This is a big spot.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Wide out trying to get it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes! They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the extra point makes it 7-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting to see the ripple effects after this one in the SEC today, fellas. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
The Boilermakers have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Makes the catch. It's Smith. All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake. Down to throw. Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Here comes the heat. They're working that left side. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. The Boilermakers will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. To throw on first down. Finds his tight end. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert him. Turning it on! They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line.
Offenses that are great on 3rd downs, what do? Most of the time, they keep it in manageable situations where they're not predictable, not just dropping back to pass. They do it here on 3rd and short. They convert. This offense has been so efficient on 3rd downs all throughout this season.
Pocket breaking down. He'll pull it down and run. Quarterback got it himself. And a nice pickup on the run and gets down to avoid contact.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Finds his man. It's Miller. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Now on 2nd down. Back to pass. Under fire. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play. Ball at the 31. 3rd and short. Coming defense trying to rise up. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Ohio State.
Ball at the 31. 3rd and short. Coming defense trying to rise up. From the gun. Wants to pass. Makes the catch. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18.
Stop me when you've heard this before. First down, first down, first down. Just continuing to put first downs together. So far, this defense, they just can't find any answers.
From the red zone, he's going to throw it. He's got him in the flat. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. They'll leave it with him. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. We put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice 3rd down conversion for this offense. And I tell you what, the struggle for this offense has been stringing those first downs together. They're not in the top 50 in college football in first downs. They'll get one and then they kind of stall. Let's see if they can put multiple first downs together. Get one of those long drives going.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back in the 16.
And you got to have that clock in your head, man. You get inside the 5-yard line, you better get rid of the ball. You better see it and throw it. He does a bad job holding on to the football. The defense makes the sack and puts him in 3rd and long.
And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. The holder will put it down on the right hash, a 33-yard try. Just drives in between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They really need to find a way to generate some kind of offense down 10-0. Gets it out to the 20 after a pickup of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going.
Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up, going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves him with a 3rd and 6. From the gun, wants to pass. Under fire. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the 2nd quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. These offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the field goal.
Yeah, but they're still up, Reese, and I like where I'm at. If I'm on offense right now, my job is to put another long drive together, eat more clock, and get another score.
Just got to be better in the red zone this time around. When they get down close to the goal line, you need better execution to put a touchdown on the board here.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got it at the 36 on 1st and 10. They're going to run it. Ripping off a good chunk inside the 25, and they're set up with a 1st down. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24, 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving it forward just a few.
They're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the 1st down.
The give from the gun. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down.
Wow. 4 plays on this drive by the offense. They already got 3 1st downs. We knew they had a lot of playmakers coming into this game, and they're showing that right now. This defense is going to have to make a play at some point here and stop the bleeding.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find its way to the goal line. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now 3rd offensive line, that's going to be a false start, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Third and goal is where offensive coordinators earn their keep. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. And he can't grab the bullet pass on third down. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. Dead center perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out there.
He'll bring it out. It's leg. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They really need to find a way to generate some offense here, having fallen behind 13-zip. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Fires to the big fella. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Boilermakers with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking for a crease to the left. There he goes. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. To the ground, he's got it again. Good, solid pickup on that one. They've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. The Boilermakers come to the line with a new set of downs. Now the play fake. It's on target and complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why through the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. Let's take a minute and look big picture at Purdue. It can be a little bit tricky to balance that high school recruiting, transfer portal recruiting for some of the non-traditional powers. But when they're grabbing linebackers like this guy, you know they're doing the right thing.
Absolutely, and there's nothing tricky about that, right? Like, recruiting high school players is essential. Transfer portal is good to supplement, but getting a guy like this that can run at the linebacker spot, it can upgrade your roster immediately.
And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And we talk to teams week after week, and quarterbacks and coaches, and what do they always say, man? Quarterback's best friend is a tight end. Well, that play right there, he wasn't his best friend. You don't see a lot of drops from him, but, man, he had an opportunity to catch that.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now.
A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Makes the catch at the 20. He's got the sidelines going nuts as he gets it down to the 18-yard line. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. The offense will quickly use a timeout. They're really starting to build momentum. Even the deflections are going their way.
And those are frustrating because those are luck. You can spin it however you want, but those are just fortunate bounces. A lot of times defense in position to make a play. But here in the second quarter, still early. No need to panic. No need to get too riled up.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. Grabbed in the middle, it's Miller. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks, it's Miller. Touchdown, Ohio State! A great catch and run for 6. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They add insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, while we have a moment, let's peek in on what's going on in a big one in the American. Houston is on a tear right now. Almost reminds me of the days of the old run-and-shoot offense there at U of H. They're up by 17 over UTSA. Ought to be fun, fellas, to see how things play out in this notable matchup in the American.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Wants to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. From their own 23, it'll be 1st and 10. Wants to throw on first down. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, yeoman's work so far in West Lafayette today, and welcome into the halftime update. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Ross-Ade Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. On the move from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll open the second half on the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And when you go into the half and you're down, like that speech is usually pretty fiery. A lot of words you can't use on television. And so this coaching staff probably challenged their guys, and I like the way they started this second half so far. Physically, flying around, doing a great job stopping the run. They got to play like this the rest of the game.
Snagged in the middle. It's Cantrell. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. Got him downfield. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the offense will decline that penalty after the big play. Boy, as a defense, you hate to just hand out first downs on a penalty. Here's the give off the left side. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Quickly complete. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
Looking downfield on first down. Dumps it off in the flats. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced.
Man, this defense has their hands full. They're dealing with a quarterback that is pinpoint accurate, making good decisions, and they're dealing with a wide receiving group that has a lot of speed and some burners on the perimeter. They might want to think about playing some more zone coverage moving forward. That's now 3 passing TDs they've allowed.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he made the extra point without problem. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Lay. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Love the play by the defense. They just did a good job understanding where the running back was on that play. After the catch, they're able to make the tackle right away, and now they've set up 3rd down.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Hauls it in. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. The Boilermakers will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin them deep. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team able to put... to that return at the 42-yard line. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling, too, David. Just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out.
Breaks into the open. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the back. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
And that's a gift, right? Like, he was pretty dang open, and that drag route came open, and he had a chance to catch that, chew up some yards, but the defense will take it. And I tell you what, when you go over the middle, man, you got to have some courage, and I don't know if he felt some pressure and some bodies around him, but that was a clear drop.
Looking for a man, it's Cherry. Unloads to the wideout, working that left side. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding. Offense.
So that penalty is going to cost them the first down as they back up, and now it's second down. Second down coming up. Wants to go up top. Gets it to him on the screen. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
On third down, he drops to throw. Right down the middle. Finds a man on the left. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. And the Buckeyes have this offense rolling. From the gun, running back gets the give. Drives ahead for 3 to the 27-yard line.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Trying to make magic on the scramble. Got enough space. And he's forced out of bounds close to the goal line, and that shove saved a touchdown.
That time the defense was in man coverage. There was nobody watching the quarterback, so when he took off to scramble, nobody home to make a tackle right away, and he shows you the athleticism, he shows you the speed, and also shows you great decision-making that time, deciding to tuck and run for a huge play on the ground.
And drops hurt as it is. But when you drop it and you know you just missed out on a touchdown, those really sting. And those concentration drops, man, it makes it...
Touchdown, Ohio State! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's coming out of the end zone. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. Look at it this way, the field position is awful, but opportunity to pile up a lot of stats because there are a lot of yards in front of them. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room. He's up to the 17. The Boilermakers can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, we've seen this offense struggle early in this game, protecting the quarterback. They went in at halftime, thought they'd made the right adjustments, but it's not looking like it right now. They're still having issues keeping this guy standing up straight. Up front, they're just getting beat across the board.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. And the Boilermakers will punt it away on fourth down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect them.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Right back to the well. And he is stopped for no gain, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Back to throw, it's Cherry. Fires to the wideout. Complete to the right. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver going in motion. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Jukes his way for more. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
And you want to dominate the football game like these guys have all day. Dominate the line of scrimmage. You know, turn and hand the ball off to your running back. It's a good recipe. It makes every quarterback better. It makes every OC better. Just turn, hand the football off, especially when you're winning the ball game.
They'll run it on 1st and goal. He just kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1.
And it's not a surprise who they gave the football to. When you get down in this area, they're going to call his name. The physical back, they're going to give him the football. They're going to use their identity of physicality and run game down here in the red zone.
On 2nd and goal, they go right back to it. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they take it in for 6 more points. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
And he's coming out of the end zone. That gamble did not pay off. Him down at the 12-yard line. The Purdue offense heads back out to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, and hoping for better fortune this time around. The give to the tailback. Finds his way ahead for 3 out to the 16.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Back to throw, it's Upshaw. Oh, they're after him. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next week.
Shoots it to the left. And his first throw here is incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback in this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but They're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Might be changing the route. The running back has it. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's down to the 35.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Swings it out to his running back. Made a defender miss. They've got enough for the first down, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Hey, nice job by the QB. It's third down. It's money down. I'm looking to throw the ball down the field. What's open? My running back. Find him, hit him, let him do the rest. Good job.
They're in the red zone. First and 10 from the 20. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He'll be pulled down after a good run. They'll mark it at the 15. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the handoff. Headed to the end zone. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
And this is exactly what you want to do when you're on offense. You have the lead. You want to chew the clock, keep the ball on the ground, keep that thing just ticking, Palmer.
They're just imposing their will, Dave, and that's something that we've seen, I think, all game. Up front, they've been the more physical team. They're the ones that's getting pushed and that's getting moved.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Ohio State. They add on another score, and now that record so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Boilermakers have it back, and here comes the offense. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He leaves it with his back. That hole closed quickly, a pickup of 1 to the 15. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Nudges ahead for 1 out to the 16. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Upshaw. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. The Boilermakers send out the punt unit.
On to kick it away.
He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He wants to change this route. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Across the 45. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down.
And I think as a running back, if you're this guy, you're licking your chops right now. This is what you want, right? You've got a big lead in the 4th quarter, and you're smiling because you know you are going to get the rock. They're going to force feed you the football to try and ice this game, and he's paying him off right now. That's a really nice run.
The Buckeyes, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Leaves it with the running back. Slithers into space. Got the first down and still on his feet. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And honestly, it's been about complementary football in this game, right? We've seen this offense go up and down the field. They've been lighting up the scoreboard, but the defense has done a great job, too, getting off the field and putting their offense in really good position in this game. The head coach has got to love what he's seen on both sides of the ball today.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the American. Houston is lighting up the scoreboard behind an offense that looks just about as good as we've ever seen in Clutch City. They're up by 38 over UTSA. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this clash in the American you should know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Oh, he's got some space. Really nice run to get it out to the 23 before he goes out of bounds.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
And that was a pretty good run there for the offense. And listen, I know this game's over, but that's what this offense needs a little bit more. They need a little more balance, a little more easy 2nd down situations with some positive runs on 1st down. It just needs something to get them going, some kind of spark. The ground game might be it in the future.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
The Boilermakers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Caught in the backfield, it's Slade. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Likely a lost cause, but they'll throw it again. Hit as he throws. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock. The Boilermakers decide to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one. Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meat face, ball game over.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports.